2021 and 2022 had a huge number of historical films getting released, and some blockbusters like The Last Duel and The Northman got the appropriate marketing spend and media attention that they deserved. But a lot of other excellent historical movies got overlooked and have gone into the pit of international and national movies that got released, ignored, and then forgotten about, never to be discussed again. But luckily for you, History Spark is here to save the day, and today I will give you my pick of 5 excellent historical movies from all across the world that got released and ignored in 2021 and 2022. But before we begin, don't forget, if you love anything to do with historical movies or historical TV shows, then subscribe to my channel, History Spark. At number 5, it is Operation Mincemeat, a film that tells the story of 2 extraordinary intelligence officers who are hoping to change the course of World War II and attempt to save tens of thousands of lives by trying to deceive the Germans on the Allied invasion regarding the invasion of Italy. Operation Mincemeat was a very clever real-life mission by the Allied forces, and this was a fascinating and interesting story to tell. And I believe this film did a fantastic job of depicting all these events as well. This movie benefits from great acting, especially by the 2 main co-stars, Colin Firth and Matthew Macfadyen. The story is told in a coherent and easy to follow manner, but there are a few unnecessary side plots here which take up far too much screen time and don't really add anything to the story. But for anyone with even the slightest interest in World War II history, then Operation Mincemeat is the movie for you, and is available to stream on Netflix for anyone with a subscription. At number 4, it is Pawan Khand, an Indian Marathi language historical drama which is based around the Battle of Pawan Khand, which sees a last stand by the Maratha warrior Prabhu Deshpande against the much larger forces of Siddhi Masood, who is leading the forces of the Adil Shah Sultanate. This film is told through flashbacks by the famous Maratha king Shivaji, as he recounts to his son the amazing feats of some of the warriors during this last stand effort. This movie is pretty low budget, and the battle scenes, though engaging, are also pretty unrealistic, but the main glue that holds this film together is the strong acting by the main cast here, and the strong plot here based around trying to develop a plan which will allow Shivaji and his companions to escape the siege that is set around them by the Adil Shah Sultanate. So Pawan Khand is a movie with great acting and an interesting overall storyline, but also suffers from poor plot devices and pacing, which from my experience is not that uncommon in South Indian movies, and still a strong recommendation from me. At number 3, it is Hansen Rising Dragon, a South Korean war film which focuses on the role that Yi Sun-sin played in the Battle of Hansen, and is the second film of Kim Han's trilogy of movies around Yi Sun-sin, with the first being The Admiral Roaring Currents, which was an amazing movie that I cannot recommend highly enough. Hansen is a movie with great production value, amazing costume design and set pieces, and it really does bring some unique aspects of naval warfare to life in a manner which many Western audiences may not be used to. The battle scenes, plot, and acting here is all great. The movie does have some needless side plots again that don't add anything to the story, and it also suffers from not giving enough character development to most of the characters in the movie besides Yi Sun-sin. But this does not stop Hansen Rising Dragon from being one of the best naval adventures you will ever witness, and the long-awaited prequel to the Admiral Roaring Currents film. At number 2, it is Margaret, Queen of the North, a 2021 Danish historical drama based around the events and figures involved in the false Olaf case, which sees a poor imposter who claims to be the deceased King Olaf II, who is the son of Denmark's current queen Margaret, and due to the strong resemblance between the deceased king and the imposter, his claims are believed by some, and this leads to a series of interesting discussions and events being portrayed. The highlight here goes to Trine Derholm, who does an amazing portrayal of Margaret I, as she is magnificent in this film, and she is the glue that holds this movie together. The plot here is also really interesting, especially if you aren't familiar with the history around the false Olaf case. Again, this is one of those films that just puts too much filler in the middle of the film, and doesn't really give proper conclusions to many of the various plots going on in the film. But aside from this criticism, Marguerite Queen of the North is a great film that most fans of history may have missed. And the top spot on this list goes to Sardar Udham, which follows a primary character named Udham Singh, a Sikh revolutionary who spends over 20 years planning and orchestrating the assassination of Michael O'Dowd, the man who was responsible for the Jallianwala Bagh massacre, in which thousands of peaceful Indian protesters were horrifically massacred by British forces. Much of the praise around the film is based around the acting of the main cast, but also in the manner in which the director has been able to reproduce the political and socio-economic climate of the time so vividly on our screens. So if you're looking to explore a little talked about massacre in Indian history and get a better understanding of the relationship between the British Empire and India, then Sardar Udham is the perfect film from you, and it is one of the most overlooked films of 2021. So lastly, I just wanted to say thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please do like and share this video with others, and why not leave a comment down below on what other topics you would like me to consider in future videos. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe to my channel History Spark, as I post videos each and every week on historical movies and historical TV shows. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.